Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. This is Tariq Amin, lecturer, Department of English, Cohort, University of Science and Technology, Cohort. Our today's topic is about the use of prepositions, and this is the 14th lecture of the course Functional English. In today's class, we will discuss from, since, and for, and then at, on, by, above, over, and after that we will discuss the uses of in and into, and at the end of the class we will discuss the different uses of underneath, beneath, and below, and the differences between the uses of these different prepositions. So the word from is used to show the starting point of an action. For example, the interview will start from 9 a.m. tomorrow. So from is a preposition that has been used over here, and it shows the starting point of the interview. And in the second example, on Sundays, the restaurant is open from 2 p.m. 2 p.m. is the opening time of the restaurant. So it shows the starting point or the starting time of the restaurant. So from is used to show the starting point of an action. The word since is used to present the starting time of an action that continues in the present till this date. For example, Zahid has been teaching English since 2015. It shows the starting point of an action. The above mentioned sentence conveys that Mr. Zahid started teaching quantum physics in 1995, and he continues to do the same in the present time as well. So the basic difference between the use of from and since is that from also shows the starting point of an action, and in the same way since shows the starting time of an action, but the difference is since shows the starting time of an action that continues in the present, but from just show the starting time of an action. It doesn't show the starting point of an action that continues in the present. The difference between from and since: with the usage of since, present perfect and present perfect continuous tense verbs are used. While this is not the case with usage of from. With since we use present perfect and present perfect continuous tense verbs, while this is not the case with usage of from. Since is used to present the starting point of an action that continues in the present. The same thing is once again repeated over here in this sentence, and it takes the usage of present perfect and present perfect continuous tense verbs. And from is used to present just the starting point of an action. Now, for is used to show an amount of time. It is used to show the duration of time or an amount of time. For example, I'm just going to bed for an hour. An hour is an amount of time. It is a duration of time. And we use for when we are talking about or measuring a duration of time, like an hour is a duration of time. We most often use the present perfect tense with for, as in this example. I have known how to speak English for a long time. Here we are talking about something that started in the past and continues to the present. Okay, this is very much important point, and this must be kept in mind. For is used to show a period of time. For is used to show a period of time, while since is used to show point in time. The difference between the two is that. Okay, on is used to show the surface. For example, the book is on the table. Where is the book? The book is there on the surface of the table. And the paper is on my desk. It also shows surface. And it is also used to show dates and days. How? For example, he will come on Wednesday. On is a preposition and Wednesday is a day. It is used to show dates and days. And they met me on Sunday. Once again, Sunday is a day. Uh, he was born on 26th January 1999. Okay, this is a date, not a day. So, on is used to show dates and days. Okay, this is once again a very much important point that we use in with years and months and on with days and days. I repeat, we use in with years and months and we use on with days and dates. In the both the examples we can see that on is used with days and it has been used with dates. It is not used with years or it is not used with months. On is used to show device or machine that a particular person uses. For example, he is on the phone. Phone is a machine, phone is a device. And in the same way, the show will be telecasted on television. Television is once again a machine, or we can say that it is a device. She has been on the computer. Computer is a device, and we have used the preposition on with the device. He is solving the sum on calculator. Calculator is also a machine, it is also a device. So with devices and machines we use the preposition on. Now the difference between on and onto. Onto is the combination of on and to. It is the combination of on and to. It is used when you see something in movement. Okay, onto is used when you see something in movement and it occupies a particular place or surface. Or when something moves to a particular place and occupies it. Let's discuss some examples in order to make the difference between on and onto clear. Okay, the cat jumped onto the table. Okay, jump is a verb that indicates movement, and onto is used with in this sentence in the sense of movement. So onto is used when you see something in movement and it occupies a particular place. And move the books on to the shelf. Move is once again a verb that indicates movement. Or she climbed onto the roof. She climbed onto the roof. Climb is a verb that indicates movement. So onto is used with movements. Like he stepped down from the train onto the platform. Once again, movement is there. If something is already setting on a particular surface, then we use on. Very much important point. If something is already setting on a particular surface, then we use on. Then we don't use onto, but we use on. Onto is used when you see something in movement and it occupies a particular place, while on is used when something is already setting on a particular surface. For example, the book is on the table. The book is already on the table. And the pages are on the desk. On is a preposition. Okay, at is used to talk about specific times. It is used to talk about specific times. For example, I'll meet you at 6 o'clock. I go to school at 7 o'clock. There are many other examples of the use of at, like we say that I'll go to school at 8 o'clock, or the class is going to start at 9 o'clock, or our paper will be conducted at 11 o'clock, etc. There are many other examples of at. So at is used to show, or at is used to talk about specific times. And at is used to show general location as well. It is used to show general location. For example, They are at the airport. So airport is a general location. It is not a specific location. And I am at the hotel or I am at the conference. So it shows a general location. And we use the preposition in for specific locations. We don't use at for specific locations. We use in for specific location. The preposition by, as a preposition of time, by means before a specific time. It shows a time limit. By shows a time limit for something to happen, or it shows an event must happen before a specific time is reached, or an event must happen before the deadline, or an event must happen before a time limit, or an event must happen before a specific time. So by is used in different sentences in this sense. For example, please send me your report by Tuesday. So Tuesday is the deadline, or Tuesday is the specific time. Or Jan would like to lose 3 kg by June. So June is the time limit. Or please return my books by Friday. So Friday is once again a deadline. It is a time limit. By is used to mean next to, near, or beside something. It gives us detail about the location of something. For example, I am waiting by the car. I am waiting near the car. Or I am waiting beside the car. Put your bag by the car, by the door, or put your bag near the door and sit down. So it shows the location of as well. Now let's discuss the uses of above and over and the difference between the uses of above and over. Above and over show that one thing is in a higher position than another. For example, the mirror is above the sink. It means that the mirror is in a higher position than the sink. Or we can say that the mirror is over the sink. So both use of both prepositions in this sentence is correct. The mirror is in a higher position than the sink. So we can use above and we can use over in this example. However, we use above and not over for things that are at an upper or higher level. For example, I live in the house above the village. We use above in this sentence. We can't use over. Or I live in the house over the village, so we can't use over. Why can't we use over in this sentence, or why can't we use over in this example? It will be discussed in the next slide. We use above when there is no contact between the things referred to. We use above when there is no contact between the things referred to. For example, they put a blanket over her. It means that the blanket touched the lady, whereas they put a blanket above her means that the blanket does not touch the lady and is placed above her. So we use over when one thing touches or cover another, and we don't use above when there is no contact between the things referred to. We use over when there is contact between the things referred to. We use over when one thing or one thing touches the other object. So we use over, and we don't use above when there is no contact between. When we use above when there is no contact between the things that are referred to. Over implies movement from one location to another location. This is once again very much important point. Like the helicopter flew over the mountain. So there is movement from one place to Another place there is movement from one location to another. The helicopter moves from one location to another location. Whereas above implies one location and no movements. One location and no movements. On the other hand, over implies movement, whereas above doesn't imply movement. For example, the helicopter was hovering above the building. It doesn't indicate, it doesn't show, it doesn't implies, it doesn't indicate a movement. It means that the helicopter was not moving and was in one position. We use over and not above with numbers in time, which means more than. For example, I got over 50k likes on my YouTube video. In such examples, we can't use above, we use over, because with numbers and time, we always use YouTube, we always use over. The other example is he has been waiting for an hour. So an hour is time, and with time we use over, not above. Okay, it means that more than. When you say that I got over 50k likes on my YouTube video, it means that I got more than 50k likes on my YouTube video. And he has been waiting for over an hour, means that he has been waiting for more than an hour. So more over means more than in such sentences, and we use above and not over more figuratively to mean better than. For example, his work is above average. It means that his work is better than average. He thought he was above the law. This is the sentence that is normally used in newspapers and television as well. They say that no one is above the law. It means that no one is better than law. So the use of above in such sentences means better than. We use in to talk about something, and something is in relation to a larger area around it. For example, she is in her room, and is a preposition, and I have left my keys in the car. In is also used to show, in is used to indicate specific location. And we use into to talk about something, the in moment or the moment of something, usually with a verb that expresses movement. For example, come, go, talk, walk. So not talk is not a verb that expresses movement, but walk is a verb that expresses movement. It shows where something is or was going. So into is used to talk about the movement of something. For example, Alina has gone into the moment. So gone is a verb that indicates movement, and with such verbs we use into, because into is also used for the movement of something. And Amir came into the room. Came is once again a verb that indicates movement, and we have used into with it. It shows that Amir was in movement and he moved into the room. Underneath, beneath, and below. The words under, below, beneath, and underneath can all mean in a lower place or position, and sometimes covered by something else. Under is used when we talk about a lower physical position. For example, we sat under the stars and listened to the night sounds. So it shows a lower physical position. Or keeping the boxes under the bed. Keeping the boxes under the bed helps to save place. So it also shows the lower physical position of the boxes. Or underneath is often used to say that something is under or something is covered by something else. So you could use it for the boxes example. For example, the jacket is too small for me to wear a jumper underneath. He always seems so cold, but I know he is soft hearted underneath. Beneath differs here only in that it is more formal. It is more formal and less common in spoken English. Okay, beneath is less common in spoken English and it is more formal. For example, when I arrived, my daughter was sleeping like a log beneath her blanket. Beneath mean under her blanket, or the blanket had covered it. And my cat always hides beneath the sofa. Okay, it means the sofa covers uh, the cat when I have visitors. Below is preferred when something is in a lower position, but in the same building or on the same hill or part of the body, etc., as another thing. For example, someone was having a party in the flat below. Flat below means that the flat was in the same building. Both the flats were in the same building. A gunshot wound below the left shoulder. The left shoulder. It shows the same body. Okay, thank you very much.